So I've been free from medication for 51 days now. It's the 19th of February, and the last time I took medication was on the 30th or 31st of December. Background is a little different than usual because I'm at a Buddhist center at the moment. It's actually in a castle here in France, and I'll show you the view in a bit. It's just right there. But I wanted to make this video as my first report back into my experience with quitting medications and how I feel and what has changed so far. So I quit medications at the end of the year, and I had a ritual, which I talk about in some of the previous videos in this series, to mark that transition. And it was full of insights and realizations, and it was really great. And after that, I spent a few more days at home, and then I went to visit a friend in another city, and then I came to the Buddhist center on the 5th of January. And pretty much since the 5th of January, I've been here, and I'm gonna be here for another not quite 10 days, but overall it'll be almost 2 months. And the reason that I came to this Buddhist center is multiple fold. The main reason being I wanted to be in a safe environment with minimal stress and also have a social life, be able to see other volunteers and to be with people within my kind of age and also with similar interests as me to help me during this transition into no medications. And at the same time, it was a convenient way to spend winter, not being socially isolated. It was also a way to tick off one of the items on my bucket list, which was to do some kind of volunteering at a spiritual center. And another, I would say, another reason was also to explore more spirituality. Now, I'm not Buddhist per se, but I am exploring Buddhism as I resonate with some of the principles in there, and so far it's been pretty good. So deepening that exploration, it was just the perfect, three in one um, life experience. So, how I've been feeling so far is pretty good. There have been a few scary moments, and I wouldn't be scared actually because of mental issues, but it was actually more related, I think, to stress and life circumstances. So there's a lot of uncertainty in my life. I wasn't sure where I'd be going in 1 or 2 months. I'm still kind of not sure. Um, I wasn't sure what was happening with certain of my relationships, including love life. Um, I, yeah, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to continue with entrepreneurship or if I wanted to make a big life move in order to be in a bigger city so that I could meet more people and have a bit more diversity. So these are kind of big life decisions. I call it cognitive load. It takes up headspace and um, it basically adds to your whole mind-body experience stress. Um, but overall, uh, I have been feeling more energized. It's been almost like, well, it definitely is like removing a sedative. And so in the first few weeks, I was still getting adjusted to this whole idea. It was, yeah, it was weird. On a night where I would sleep 6.5 hours instead of 7 to 8, I would be a little panicked. Like, is there gonna be mania? I should be watching out for mania and all this. And that's been fine so far. Um, Yeah, there were a few nights where I've slept only 3 hours or four, and on those nights I was really worried about that. Um, But it turns out that with the accumulated fatigue from those days, the next day I turned out to sleep pretty well. Um, so overall, it's been fine, and I will just attribute it to life. Sometimes it happens on the full moon, sometimes it happened when I was thinking a lot about these kind of life stressors, and sometimes it would just be bursts of inspiration. But I think this is kind of normal, particularly with ADHD or bursts of creativity and flow states. You kind of get sucked into something and it triggers a whole bunch of neural circuits and thinking, and you just go down a rabbit hole that you don't want to sleep until you've finished a certain something. But those happen maybe 2 or 3 times in the past month and a half. And most of the time, yeah, it was all those life factors. So anyway, other than that, I feel pretty normal, which is actually a really great sign, because that means that for the whole previous 12 months that I was taking the minimal amount of medication, it's the proof that it wasn't actually doing that much of a help or a hindering. So the little bit of hindering that it did is now removed. Um, the little bit of help that it was maybe was to with sleep. But to be honest, I feel better in this state than I did before. So that's pretty much it. I am very aware and conscious now of monitoring my mind and body states. I am hyper conscious of sleep, and also the way my communication and my energy is coming off, because those were my major symptoms. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm gonna show you what the place looks like. I'm sleeping here. Yeah. And this is where I am. So pretty cool little life experience. Yeah, you can see it. Um, that's it for this video. It's been 51 days, or 50 days definitely, since I've taken medication. And in summary, I'm doing pretty great. I feel good. I don't feel worried. Um, Emotionally stable, physically stable, spiritually stable, super aware of my mind body states, and yeah, just here, happy to be here, grateful, and here to serve. I'll be making some updates occasionally on this, as things come, but this is the latest and greatest, and I will see you in the next one.